Sacramento dropped 3 of 4 this year to the Lakers, but in the 3 defeats, they lost by 7, by 1, and by 3. And they had the lead at some point in the second half in all 3 of those losses. Now that's the upside. The downside, Shaquille O'Neal averaged 35 against them. Kobe Bryant averaged 30. Sacramento is not a particularly good road team, 14 and 27 on the road. O'Neal against Divac. That's the way the playoffs begin for the Lakers, who were 67 and 15, 23 games better than Sacramento's 44 and 38. Kobe Bryant against 2 defenders.
They really have nobody with enough quickness to guard Kobe. That's a tough matchup for them.
Shaquille O'Neal just brushing defenders aside as if they were children.
Well, Weber came over to double team, but he took a very poor angle. He allowed Shaquille O'Neal to step right through the double team and get the dunk. You've got to close that up.
O'Neal again. Once more.
Offensive rebounds, number 6 for 9 points. So when you look up at the Lakers scoring right now, Bob, almost 50% of their offense on second shots.
Shaq to the left hand.
He's just punishing the double team. He's getting one bounce, getting his shoulder into Vlade, and getting right to the front of the rim. Those shots are too easy. Sacramento's got to do a better job than that. Well, the sad part about it, too, is bigger, stronger, faster, all the things you saw. That's one thing to be bigger when you throw in speed and quickness, and Shaquille O'Neal is exceptionally quick.
Here's an overlooked statistic. Laker players have fouled out a combined total of 10 times this year. But as the opposition tries to defend Shaquille O'Neal, there have been 42 disqualifications against Laker opponents. So even if he misses some of these free throws, as of course he does, he's constantly putting the other team in foul trouble, forcing the other coach to make substitutions he wouldn't have to make against other teams, getting the opposition over the foul limit early in quarters and sending other Lakers to the line. Shaq, the third try, you don't stop that. And he's in double figures with 11. O'Neal recovers it and scores. He has 13, as does Kobe. O'Neal, look at that shot. Where did that come from?
Excuse me, it looked like he jumped in the air to pass at the last minute, kissed it off the glass. You know, Sacramento's done a pretty good job against Shaq.
And meanwhile, O'Neal lost one of his sneakers, which shouldn't be difficult to find. It's as large as some states.
Now watch this play right here. Shaq looks like he's going to jump in the air and to pass it. And at the last minute, oh, I don't have anybody to pass it to, so I better shoot it. So they've done a pretty good job with Shaq, making him take some tough shots. And you see him pick up that size 22. That weighs more than you do, Bob.
Weber is jostled. He'll come to the line. You know what they say about a man with big feet, don't you? Big sneakers.
Selective hearing. Shaq wanted it in the post so he could get it back.
He leans in and scores, man.
You know about selective hearing, Bob. You turn me off so often, right?
I think it works for both of us to keep us sane. O'Neal got the bounce. He has 19.
Keep him out of the lane. Don't let him get others involved, and eventually some of those shots are going to be missed.
O'Neal again. 2 more points. 21 for him. Kobe into Shaq.
And more importantly, Weber with a touch court foul. This is what I talked about at the end of the half, how important it was to have 4 fouls rather than 3 going into the second half. Kobe with the long-range jump shot, the little right leg in the air, the hand to follow through. Now the penetration against Corliss Williamson and the touch foul, number 4 on Weber. As I said, he has 26 points on 13 shots. Now he has 4 fouls.
Former Arkansas star has only 4 points. Here's Kobe dumping it into O'Neal, who scores against Divac.
Too deep, too late.
Rice misses over Williamson. O'Neal doesn't miss on the follow.
How about this? The Lakers have missed 32 shots, and they have 18 offensive rebounds. You want to know what the difference in the game is? Sacramento cannot rebound the ball when they finally force a miss.
Robert Horry misses. O'Neal. And there's a foul on the play.
It's going to be a technical also.
It may be on Shaq. It is.
I tell you, when this game is over, if Sacramento doesn't win, Rick Adelman is going to be able to show all kinds of these kind of opportunities. Another miss that's forced, and Shaq just wants it more than anybody else. Where he pushes Nick Anderson. What happened after that play, he took exception to Nick, wrapping him up, and he pushed him after the play.
Had a chance to tack on a point with the technical. Didn't get it. Instead, O'Neal gets a lucky bounce on his. Bucks and Pacers, game 1 of their series. The 1-8 matchup in the East tonight on TNT.
Nobody's talking much about this series, but the one thing that Milwaukee can do, they can put points on the board.
He takes his 5 fouls and his 28 points to the bench. Here's O'Neal, and the Lakers pour it on. Stojakovic, who has averaged 20 points a game this year against the Lakers off the bench, has been held at 2 in this one. O'Neal has 34.
Has no chance. If he's just going to let him come right to the block like that and catch the ball, he's at Shaq's mercy. Watch here, Bob, this subtle little bump with the shoulder. He goes in and boom. Did you see him rock him back on his heels? Create some space.
He just backed Pollard down, and by the time he got it, it was absolutely unstoppable.
Look how deep Shaq is when he catches this ball. Head underneath the basket, just turns and lays the ball right over the front of the rim. But look at just how deep he is. Absolutely, I would say that's why he leads the league in field goal percentage. That is a high percentage shot.
Shaw.
There's that lob.
O'Neal. O'Neal has a nickname for everything. Now Pollard trying to contend with him, and good luck. O'Neal has 40. Iverson at 40 yesterday for Philadelphia. Malone 50 for Utah. Shaq's got 40 with just under 7 minutes to play. May not need him long enough in this game for him to get 50. They're up by 16.
Shaquille O'Neal with the high lob. Nobody can contend with that. He goes up and he slams the ball in the basket. But again, these two guys play together in Orlando. They have very good chemistry. Shaq, once again, the punishing inside move. Lakers by 16, and you're watching the NBA playoffs on NBC.
He's got it down low. Off to Kobe, who fakes Delk off his feet and buries the jumper just ahead of the shot clock.
Phil doesn't mind this little adversity right now that Shaq has to play through.
He's got the ball, and he's got 42 points. So Divac with 2 big misses at the free throw line, and then O'Neal scores against him at the other end of the floor. The lob for O'Neal from Harper.
How good has Shaquille O'Neal been this year, Bob? We have seen them. This man is possessed. He's got one thing in his mind, winning a championship. I've never seen him better.
Divac. Rejected by O'Neal. And as Harper and Anderson battle for the loose ball, the whistle blows. Shaquille O'Neal, 44 points, 15 rebounds, and now 5 blocks.
Well, you see the little kiss off the glass as he flashes to the basket. And this is the kind that break your heart. These are the demoralizing kind. Not only does he dunk the ball over you, he sort of tosses you aside. Shaquille O'Neal has dominated the game, and Chris Webber, what he just cannot stand to watch. He buries his head in the towel. He's out with 6 fouls.
King's not over the limit. No shots for O'Neal, so he hits a field goal instead.
Do you think Shaq saw the NBC game yesterday that Karl Malone got 50? Maybe you want to put his little punctuation on it also. Malone has been the MVP 2 of the last 3 years. Shaq will be it this year. As you see Phil Jackson shake Shaquille O'Neal's hand, great respect there between the 2 men. And Shaquille O'Neal said, if we don't win it all, this season will be a failure. The way he played today, it's going to be a load for the rest of these teams in the Western Conference.